You already know what wealth is supposed to look like. The sleek car, the designer watch, the kitchen that belongs on the cover of a magazine. But here is something the people selling you things will never say out loud. Almost everything that genuinely makes life feel rich is already surrounding you, and it carries a price tag of exactly zero. A slow morning, a quiet mind, a body that actually slept. Real wealth was never the possessions themselves. It was always the feeling those possessions were supposed to deliver. Here are 15 free luxuries, and why the people who feel the wealthiest often spend the least. Here's the part that catches most people off guard. When you speak with people who feel genuinely wealthy, the calm, unbothered, sleeping soundly kind of wealthy, they rarely mention something they purchased. They talk about how their days actually feel. The unhurried coffee, the walk with no destination, the quiet confidence of not owing anyone an explanation for their time. None of that is available in any store, which is precisely why nobody is advertising it to you. Instead, we get sold the opposite. The average person guesses they spend around $90 monthly on subscriptions. The real number sits closer to $220, quietly draining away every single month for services half of us completely forgot we were paying for. We keep financing the feeling of a rich life on a monthly installment plan when the genuine version was always free. So let us walk through 15 of these free luxuries together. Number 1, the first hour of your day before the world reaches you. Most of us surrender that hour before we are even fully conscious. The average American checks their phone nearly 200 times daily, with more than 8 in 10 reaching for it within 10 minutes of waking. Before a single clear thought of your own forms, you have already absorbed headlines, strangers' opinions, and a growing list of urgent demands. There is a quieter option, and it costs nothing. Leave the phone face down for that first hour. Drink something warm while it is still warm. Let your own thoughts arrive before everyone else's do. People book expensive spa weekends chasing the exact feeling that an unhurried morning hands you for free. You were simply giving it away before you were conscious enough to appreciate it. Number 2, a full and genuinely restful night of sleep. We treat sleep as the first thing to sacrifice when life accelerates, as though rest were a reward not yet earned. Deep sleep is a luxury, and it is one of the few truly priceless ones that money keeps desperately trying and consistently failing to purchase. A rested body moves through the world like it belongs there. That patience, that sharpness, that absence of low background dread, none of it requires a purchase. It just requires protecting the hour before bed like it actually matters. Number 3, time spent somewhere green. A large UK study tracking nearly 20,000 people found a surprisingly clear threshold. Spend just 2 hours weekly in nature, and you are significantly more likely to report genuine well-being than someone who gets none. Rich or struggling, young or older, the effect held steady across the board. Nobody charges admission for morning light filtering through trees. The park at the end of your street has been free your entire life. Your body never checks the price of the view. It simply settles the moment you offer it something green to rest on. Number 4, doing one single thing at a time. Your attention may be the most valuable thing you own, and right now dozens of companies compete around the clock to borrow it for nothing. When you start doing single things fully, eating without a screen nearby, working in genuine focused blocks, listening to someone like the conversation actually matters, ordinary moments grow surprisingly large. Undivided attention has quietly become one of the rarest luxuries available. You do not need to purchase it. You simply need to stop fragmenting yourself and distributing the pieces to every notification that arrives. Number 5, a space that feels calm because you cleared it rather than filled it. Every forgotten object in your home quietly charges rent in the form of space, cleaning time, and low background stress. One slow weekend of removing everything you would not bother replacing if it vanished can make your rooms feel larger, your mornings feel simpler, and your mind feel noticeably cleaner. A calm, clear room is that luxury hotel feeling, created for $0, using only what you finally decide to release. Number 6, the freedom to say no. Research from Harvard and the University of British Columbia found that people who genuinely valued and protected their time reported greater life satisfaction regardless of income. The most direct way to protect your time costs absolutely nothing. It is a complete sentence. The sentence is no. Every no you speak is a simultaneous yes to something you actually care about. Wealthy people guard their calendars like it is a profession, because in a real sense, it genuinely is. You are allowed to begin doing exactly the same thing today without spending a single cent. Number 7, a long walk with nowhere particular to be. Not exercise, not a step count, just moving through the world at the speed of thought. Problems that felt enormous at your desk have a reliable habit of shrinking to manageable size somewhere around the second corner. Some of the best ideas arrive completely uninvited the moment you stop actively chasing them. A walk is one of the oldest luxuries in human history and has never once required a subscription. The sidewalk outside your door already leads somewhere worth going. Number 8, a real meal made at home and eaten slowly. Somewhere along the way, we began treating cooking as a chore to outsource and eating as something to rush through while scrolling. But a simple meal you prepared yourself, eaten at an actual table with screens in another room entirely, is a quiet, daily luxury wearing ordinary Tuesday clothes. The act of paying real attention to your own food, its smell, its taste, the person across from you, is precisely what the finest restaurant is actually charging for. You can deliver that same experience on the dishes you already own. Number 9, genuine silence chosen on purpose. We are almost never quiet anymore. So real silence has become rare, which is simply another way of saying it has become genuinely valuable. Sit somewhere for 20 minutes with zero input. It feels uncomfortable for the first 5, and then something in your nervous system finally unclenches. People travel across the country and pay significant money to sit quietly in a room and do nothing. That room exists in your home tonight, available for free, the moment you are willing to switch everything off and simply remain there. Number 10, reading from a book you paid nothing to borrow. Your public library is one of the last genuinely remarkable deals remaining anywhere. Thousands of books, audiobooks, films, and learning platforms, the collected thinking of some of history's sharpest minds, available on a free card. Most library cards now unlock digital resources that would otherwise cost you several monthly subscriptions. One quiet card replaces a small stack of recurring charges while handing you evenings that feel genuinely expensive for the total sum of nothing. Number 11, a real conversation with someone you love. The U.S. Surgeon General identified chronic loneliness as a genuine public health crisis, carrying health risks comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes daily. About half of American adults report feeling lonely, and the remedy is not available for purchase anywhere. It is a phone call to the friend you keep intending to contact, or a long dinner with people who knew you before you had anything to prove. One or two people who truly know you will carry you further than 100 surface-level connections ever could. Number 12. Noticing what you already have. Wanting less is consistently a faster road to feeling wealthy than earning more, because the wanting never stops naturally. Gratitude. Not the greeting card variety, but the plain practice of pausing to notice what was already good today slowly rewires how every day feels. The richest feeling available to any person is the quiet certainty that what they already possess is genuinely enough. That one is homegrown and remains free for the rest of your life. Number 13, opening your home to people you care about. Nobody who genuinely loves you ever arrived for the decor. A big pot of something inexpensive, mismatched chairs. And whoever can make it that evening creates some of the warmest hours any week can offer. Community is a luxury we have been gradually convinced we cannot afford, when the truth runs precisely the other direction. A full table also carries a quiet financial benefit. A night in with people you love almost always costs far less than going out to feel connected to strangers. Number 14. Teaching yourself something new for nothing. More knowledge sits freely available right now than at any previous moment in human history. Full university lectures, languages, trades, investing basics, skills that once cost a fortune, all waiting. Learning compounds exactly the way money compounds. A small deposit of curiosity today grows into something genuinely valuable over time. The tuition for most of it is now zero. All it requires is your attention and a little consistency, both of which you already own entirely. Number 15, and this is the one that quietly holds every other on this list together. Financial peace. Not a fortune, not an impressive number in some account. Simply the deep calm of knowing one difficult week will not unravel everything. That cushion, even a modest one, transforms frightening phone calls into minor inconveniences. It is the feeling every single luxury on this list has been circling the entire time. Peace, room to breathe, the quiet confidence that you are going to be all right. You can begin building it this week with whatever you already have. So there they are, 15 luxuries, and not one requires a larger paycheck to unlock. Pick even one and genuinely protect it this week. You will feel measurably richer by Friday without your balance moving a single inch. Which one are you starting with?